Hello, welcome to the Daily Devotion. I'm Kathy Morris, pastor of the Dixon United Methodist Church. In these weeks following Easter, we take time to reflect on God's power to heal and restore life following disaster and devastation. One of the most powerful proclamations of God's power to restore life that we find in the Old Testament comes from the book of the prophet Ezekiel. It is a vision of hope spoken to the exiles that were living in Babylon, those people who were taken from Jerusalem and forced to live in Babylon. It is a vision of God bringing God's people back together and breathing new life into them. I'm reading from Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 4 through 6 from the New Revised Standard Version. Then he said to me, "Prophesy to these bones and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord God to these bones, I will cause breath to enter you, and you shall live. I will lay sinews on you, and will cause flesh to come upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live, and you shall know that I am the Lord." You shall live and know that I am the Lord. Hadewijch of Bradant was a 13th century poet and mystic. She came from a region that is a part of present-day Belgium and the Netherlands. She was from a family that was wealthy, but she chose to join a house of beguines. The beguines were lay women. They lived in community with one another and were known for their ministry to the sick and to the poor. The beguines were the first to establish hospices for the dying. Hadewijch's poetry expresses hope that Christ is present with us, even in the darkest times of our lives. Here's a translation of one of her poems. As the beautiful dew-covered rose rises from amongst its thorns, so may my heart be so full of love for you, my God, that I may rise above the storms and evils that assail me, and stand fast in trust and freedom of spirit. As a prayer exercise, either find a rose or picture one in your imagination. Notice the bloom rising above its thorns. Then ask God to help you in whatever struggles or troubles you are dealing with at this time. May you stand fast in trust and freedom through Christ's love.